Welcome back. Before the break, we asked if you know which way water flows in the Las Vegas Valley and if you know how much rain we receive each year. And the answer is water flows west to east, and we receive on average just over 4 inches of rain each year. Well, monsoon season is July through September, and this season has been one of the most restless and wettest in 10 years. We take a look at some of the storms that caused heavy rain to pour into casinos and flood some area streets. Las Vegas has captured national attention this summer as monsoon season delivers some of the heaviest rainfall in 10 years. August 11th, the Las Vegas Valley was hit with fresh flash floods just 2 weeks after casinos and hotels were flooded with water during torrential rainfall. Video was shared all over social media showing rainwater pouring from ceilings at the Planet Hollywood and Caesars Palace resorts on the Las Vegas Strip. Rainwater also swamped the carpet at the Circa Resort and Casino after rain started seeping in through the sportsbook video wall. Rushing water turned a parking garage on the Strip into a fast-moving river, and this video captured by a North Las Vegas police officer shows one woman swept away for nearly 2 miles before she grabbed onto a bridge pier and was then rescued from a flood channel. There have been 3 reported deaths of people who have died in flood control facilities.
So this season has been one of the wettest in the past 10 years. You have to go back to 2012 to find a wetter monsoon season in the Las Vegas Valley. So it's definitely wet. Furthermore, the past few monsoon seasons, 2019 and 2020 especially, were very dry. I think 2020 was the driest monsoon season on record for the whole southwestern United States. So it was very dry, so it seems even more dramatic because we're coming off of so many dry summer seasons.
You'll see from this graph provided by the National Weather Service, the last storm on August 11th picked up a little over a half an inch of rainfall with the downpour, which brings this monsoon season official rainfall total to just over 1 inch of rain. We have not received more than 1 inch of rainfall during monsoon season at the official gauge since 2014.
It's been really active around here, and what's kind of unusual about this monsoon is that normally living in Las Vegas, we're on the edge of the monsoon. You hear about it in Arizona every day, but out here it's usually much more bursts and breaks through the summer, but it's just been burst all summer long. Almost every day we've had storm activity in the area, so that's made this season really exceptional.
More videos shared during the August 11th storm shows a bus trying to make its way through an intersection on Charleston Boulevard, with one of the bus riders describing Charleston as raging rapids. Another video shows a car battling strong currents of downhill flooding. During these storms, the Regional Flood Control District and the National Weather Service urges everyone to please take all flash flood warnings serious.
All through the season, all through the summer season, don't let the sunny skies in the morning and the early afternoon fool you. These storms can develop very quickly, and when they do, the flash flood threat is very real.
The National Weather Service has issued over 200 flash flood warnings this summer and expects more warnings before monsoon season ends.
You can't tell how deep that water is, especially if it's flowing water. It has momentum, it can lift your car and sweep you away. If it's nighttime, it's hard to tell how deep that water might be. And then you don't know what's in that water. There's all kinds of toxins and snakes and kind of things like that in there, so you definitely want to avoid the floodwater at all costs and take flood safety seriously.
The Flood Control District does take flood safety seriously, and this is why they hold an annual press conference at the start of every monsoon season to warn residents to be prepared and use caution during flash floods. The Clark County Regional Flood Control District wants everyone to be aware of the dangers of flash flooding. This is why the district kicks off monsoon season with an annual press conference to remind residents that trails, roads, and washes can fill with water within minutes during flash flood season. Flash flood season runs from July to September, and during these months, it's especially important for Southern Nevada residents to be prepared for possible flooding.
And we really have no idea. We know the conditions are there, but we don't know where they're going to form or when. And so these storms can pop up at any time, which makes them all the more dangerous because it can catch people off guard.
On July 8, 1999, a flash flood took over much of the valley. The National Weather Service reports that 3.2 inches of rain poured down in about 90 minutes in parts of the valley. The city's infrastructure at the time was not equipped for the water. The district has done a lot of work since the 100-year event that hit our city back in 1999. Over $2 billion has been invested over the last 3.5 decades to build 677 miles of flood channels and storm drains, along with 104 detention basins throughout the valley.
We have another 25% to do. That's 38 detention basins and over 200 miles of channels and storm drains that still need to be built.
One of the latest flood control basins to be built, and the 6th project for North Las Vegas, will help protect residents in the rapidly growing area.
A detention basin just behind me right here. This project alone, crews hauled off 38,000 truckloads of dirt. That's more dirt than was excavated when the Allegiant Stadium was built. And when it rains, this detention basin will hold over 100 million gallons of water that could have just ran through everybody's neighborhoods and been on its way had the flood control district not prepared for this.
While 7 out of the last 8 monsoon seasons in the Las Vegas Valley have been drier than normal, the National Weather Service advises this should not lead to a false sense of security, and residents should continue to be aware of flood risks. A few ways you can stay safe this summer: always check the forecast when planning your day, know what to do if a flash flood warning is issued, and never drive through flooded roadways. It only takes as little as 6 inches of flowing water to knock you off your feet. As little as a foot of water can float a vehicle. If you encounter floodwaters on your route home, turn around and find another road, and educate your children about the dangers of flood channels that can quickly turn into raging rivers.
Thanks to the hard work of Clark County Flood Control and extensive city planning, the risk of flooding in the Clark County vicinity and Las Vegas is significantly less than it once was, and images of submerged city streets and swiftwater rescues have become less common.
The more aware the community is about these dangers, the better equipped that they will be to deal with the challenges that Mother Nature throws at us during flash flood season.
Take flood safety seriously and know what to do if you encounter floodwaters. Your life just may depend on it. And as we say in the National Weather Service, turn around, don't drown.
Well, it seems basic to be reminded to turn around, don't drown, but almost every flash flood season, someone tries to drive through floodwaters, so it's always good to play it safe and turn around.